Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Teddi Mellencamp should take Alexis Bellino's spot on RHOC. When Teddi Mellencamp first appeared on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, most viewers deemed her a casting misfire. She never quite blossomed into a fan favorite, and the show's passionate fan base didn't react much when she was let go after 3 seasons. However, Teddi could fit well into the cast of The Real Housewives of Orange County. She would have pulled off a better performance than Alexis Bellino has been doing this season. Teddi is very close friends with RHOC's Tamra Judge, so she is interested in this show and could become a part-time cast member. Look at it this way, Tamra will get at least one more season on RHOC to redeem herself, and having Teddi on the show could be the best way to introduce viewers to another side of Tamra. Their shared podcast, Two Teas in a Pod, has become a force in the podcast world, and they're hitting the road because it's been such a success story. Teddi would give Tamra more of a storyline. Tamra rarely mentions their venture on screen, perhaps because Teddi isn't a cast member on the show. It would be awkward for her name to be mentioned without her being around. Teddi isn't for everyone, but she does have some things going on in her life right now, such as her divorce from Edwin Arroyo. There's so much we don't know about her life, and she's been vocal about how much it hurt being fired from RHOC, so there's a good chance she'd deliver if she ever got the opportunity to be employed by Bravo again. Alexis has been a dud this season because the series is desperate to paint her as this mouthpiece for John Jansen. Plus, her relationship with Tamra doesn't make sense, which has fueled fans' concerns that it was purely strategic to go after Shannon Beater because she was their common enemy. RHOC previously brought Taylor Armstrong over from RHOC as a friend of the Housewives, but she was let go after 1 season despite striking a chord with audiences. The only way for RHOC to continue in good standing and revel in the newfound success after season 18 is to be open to changing things so the show doesn't become stale. Teddi would put in the work to stay on the show. Teddi may not have the fan base on her side, but she'd likely put in the work to ensure she becomes a permanent fixture on the show. The beauty of a part-time role is that you don't need to show every aspect of your life, and it would be fun to see her away from Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne with a very different stint. Of course, Teddi doesn't reside in Orange County, but the same can be said for current cast member Heather Dubrow, so it's no longer a prerequisite that the cast comes from the city the show is set in. Imagine a fresh crossover on The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, that would have fans talking, Teddi Mellencamp stepping in for Alexis Bellino. While Alexis holds a special place in RHOC history as the Jesus Barbie, with a complex blend of faith and flair, her storyline has felt a bit subdued for some fans. Teddi Mellencamp, on the other hand, has made waves on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOC, with her commitment to accountability, fitness, and candid commentary. She's built her brand on authenticity, and that's exactly what could energize Orange County. The potential for Teddi to join the cast doesn't just come with drama, but with a strong sense of self. On RHOC, Teddi's arc was defined by her personal journey, from the daughter of music legend John Mellencamp to a mother and fitness coach who openly discussed her struggles and triumphs. In RHOC, she could bring that same raw honesty. Imagine her stepping into the conservative and sometimes buttoned-up Orange County atmosphere. She wouldn't be afraid to shake things up, and her reputation for direct communication would bring a unique edge that Alexis, with her quieter approach, might not. The two women couldn't be more different. Alexis has always leaned into her faith, maintaining an almost angelic image despite a few slip-ups, including her once unraveling marriage and struggles with public scrutiny. Her story arc often centered around her devotion to her family, her image, and her faith. Teddi, however, has always been more focused on self-improvement and motivating others. Her accountability program, though controversial, highlights her commitment to personal growth. Teddi joining RHOC wouldn't just add another housewife, it would bring an opportunity for other cast members to engage with the idea of transformation, whether they want it or not. And if there's one thing Teddi knows, it's how to spark a self-reflective journey in others, sometimes painfully. Imagine her interactions with Shannon Beater. Shannon's had her fair share of struggles with self-care and personal growth, from the ups and downs of her relationship to her recent wellness journey. With Teddi in the mix, Shannon's storyline could take a new twist. Teddi might encourage her to take things up a notch, perhaps inviting Shannon to one of her accountability sessions, only for Shannon to realize that the program is far more intense than she anticipated. Teddi's no-nonsense attitude about wellness could be a bit much for Shannon, who prefers a more relaxed, indulgent lifestyle when the cameras aren't rolling. The contrast could lead to some amusing and tense moments, with Shannon openly resisting Teddi's advice while Teddi tries to find ways to relate. Teddi's move to RHOC would also allow her to connect with Emily Simpson, who has shared her own struggles with body image and self-worth. Their friendship would bring an entirely new vibe to the show, less about judgment and more about mutual support. However, Teddi's accountability-driven methods could rub some of the ladies the wrong way. In RHOBH, Teddi was sometimes seen as preachy or overly critical, especially when it came to issues of health and self-improvement. In Orange County, where the lifestyle tends to focus on glamour and leisure, this mindset could clash hard. Then there's Heather Dubrow, RHOC's high society queen bee, who has made a name for herself as the epitome of wealth and luxury. Teddi's more grounded, down-to-earth approach could set up some fascinating tensions. Heather is meticulous about her image, home, and family dynamics, while Teddi is used to rolling with the punches. Imagine Teddi subtly critiquing the perfect Dubrow lifestyle, hinting that Heather's regimented approach to life might be limiting her happiness. This clash between Teddi's authenticity-first attitude and Heather's preference for polish and control would create a whole new layer of intrigue. Fans would likely find it refreshing to watch Heather grapple with someone who refuses to be intimidated by her designer clothes and high-end taste. Of course, this transition wouldn't be without controversy. Teddi's accountability program has stirred up strong reactions from fans, some of whom believe her approach can be overly rigid and unkind. This reputation could follow her to RHOC, with some of the women questioning the authenticity of her business and her methods. Teddi's faced criticism before for being too harsh and even unsupportive in her quest for accountability, and RHOC could put that criticism in the spotlight. She might even find herself having to defend her methods against cast members who think she's too hard on them, or conversely, think she's overstepping by offering unsolicited advice. A likely ally for Teddi would be Tamra Judge, whose athletic lifestyle and no-nonsense attitude could align with Teddi's personality. Tamra is known for her cutthroat honesty and physical discipline, and she might find Teddi's straightforwardness refreshing. Teddi's encouragement could even push Tamra to delve deeper into her own fitness journey, maybe even collaborate on a project, blending Teddi's accountability brand with Tamra's expertise in fitness and competition. Their partnership could create a powerful duo on the show, giving fans an empowering storyline of two strong women uniting for mutual growth. However, Teddi's close ties to Tamra might alienate her from Gina Kirschenheiter, who has always been skeptical of RHOC's more ambitious personalities. Gina, known for her straightforward, sometimes cynical sense of humor, might view Teddi as a little too intense. This difference could lead to some good-natured or not-so-good-natured back and forth between the two. Gina's laid-back energy and Teddi's more disciplined personality are bound to create a friction that's both entertaining and relatable to viewers who fall somewhere in between. As for Alexis, this would be the perfect opportunity for her to make a graceful exit, one that allows her to move forward while allowing a new storyline to take its place. Alexis could make occasional guest appearances, perhaps in a mentor role, sharing wisdom from her time on the show while allowing Teddi to bring a fresh perspective. The two could even share a touching scene, with Alexis passing the torch to Teddi, signaling her acceptance of this new chapter in her life. Teddi Mellencamp's crossover to RHOC would inject fresh energy into a show that thrives on contrast. Her addition could elevate existing storylines and create new dynamics that allow the Orange County housewives to explore their vulnerabilities, growth, and, perhaps, their resistance to change. In the end, RHOC is about transformation, and Teddi, whether or not the cast realizes it, could be just what the show needs to remind everyone of that.